Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Now in this section, the author discusses the Irab of come. How do you do Irab of come? But it's not only for come, it's for all Asma'ul Istifham. Now remember, there are two types of Istifham. Harful Istifham and Ismul Istifham. A Harful Istifham does not have any Mahallul Irab. It's neither Mubtada, Khabar, it's nothing. The Ismul Istifham must have an I'rab because all Ism have a Mahallul I'rab. How do you do I'rab of this Istifham? What does it become? So if you have a look on this chart, you will see that he divides it quite nicely. The first we have here is, we will either have a Harfun Jar or a Mudaf before that Ismul Istifham. Okay? For example, Ala man sallamta. To use the word sallamtu alayhi. I said salam to him. So now the man is here. Before man, we have ala. So obviously, what's the Arab of man in here? Majroor. It's going to be majroor. Because before the man, there's a harfun jar. Similarly, if we had, for example, Kitabu man qara'ta. Whose book did you read? Then Kitabu man becomes the man becomes a majroor because it's mudaf, becomes majroor, it's mudaf ilayhi of kitab. So the first rule is, if any istifham has a harfun jar or a mudaf before it, that istifham will be majroor fi mahall jar. For example, min ayna ji'ta. So ayna is majroor because of the min. Okay? The second possibility is, there's no harfun jar before it, but there's a fa'il after it. What is there after it? A fa'il. Now this fa'il can come in one of two scenarios. The fa'il can either be غير مشتغل عنه or مشتغل عنه. What does مشتغل mean? This term and this concept has already come in ما أضمن عامله على شريط التفسير, also known as اشتغال, where the fa'il cannot do amal. The fa'il cannot do amal on that verb, on that noun, because the fa'il is already doing amal on the pronoun of that very same verb. So for example here, look. In here, man sami'ta. Does sami'ta have a zamir after it? No. Is the zamir after? There's no zamir after it, so obviously it can't refer to anything. But there's no zamir after sami'ta, after the verb, which refers back to the istifham. So in this example, we say sami'ta is fa'il, this is fa'il, and the man becomes the maf'ulun bihi muqaddam. So it's become mansub because it's maf'ul bihi muqaddam. It can also be like a maf'ul fi muqaddam. For example, ayna tadhhabun. So tadhhabun is a fa'il, ayna maf'ul fi muqaddam. You're going to have here limadha dhahabta. Why did you go? So limadha is a jar majroor. You can say it's muta'alliq or fi mahallin nas maf'ul li ajlihi ghayr sarih. It's showing the reason. So it's maf'ul li ajlihi ghayr sarih or the muta'alliq of dhahabta. Yes, so in all these aspects, it becomes the mansub. Yes, kayfa dhahabta, kayfa fa'alna bihim. That becomes the hal. So far, so good? Are you understanding so far? If after the istifham, the ismul istifham, there is a verb which is mushtaghil anhu, i.e. the verb is doing amal on the pronoun of that ismul istifham, and it can therefore no longer do amal on the istifham itself, then it becomes mubtada. For example, sami'tuhu or sami'ta. Who did you hear? So this who dhamir is referring to man. Therefore, sami'tu is busy, occupied in doing amal on that. Therefore, it can no longer do amal on the word before it. So sami'tu, the who is a maf'ul bihi of sami'tu, which refers back to man. Therefore, sami'tu is mushtaghil an man. So man becomes a mubtada. Because you can't become the maf'ul bihi because sami'tu already has a maf'ul bihi, which is the zamir of the man. Understood? Yes? If there's neither a jar or majrur before it, nor a fa'il after it, then we have a few possibilities. If that istifham is not a dharf, doesn't show time or place, then that istifham becomes the mubtada. Man anta. So man becomes mubtada, anta becomes khabar. And if that istifham is a dharf, because usually the dharf are not mubtada. That's just keep a principle in mind. There's a bit more detail in Qatl Nadar regarding this. But for now, let's keep it as such. Mata Ramadan. So it really means Ramadan, mata. Ramadan al-yawm. Ramadan ghadan. Ramadan ba'da shahrain. So this becomes the khabar muqaddam. Ramadan becomes mubtada'un. مبتدأ مؤخر الحمد لله يهديكم الله ويصلح بالكم. Okay, that becomes the khabar. Have you understood this concept? Any questions? Okay, so let's have a look. من بعثنا من مرقدنا. Man is the ism al-istifham who. What does man become in this sentence? What's the Irab of man? Ji. Man. What is the question? What does it mean? Man ba'athana min marqadina. Who resurrected us from our sleeping places, i.e. our graves. Pardon me? Correct. It's the fa'il in terms of the meaning. But, so what we say here, the ba'atha has its own zamir huwa. So it becomes the mubtada. So after the ism al-istifham, there's a fa'il, but the zamir, the fa'il is mushtaghil anhu, because of its own zamir. Yes? Just like Zaydun qama. Zaydun qama has its own huwa, so this has to be the mubtada. Same thing with man ba'athana. Ma lawnuha. What would the Arab of ma lawnuha be? Is a mubtada again. Because why? No mudaf before it, no harfun jar before it, and no fa'il after it. Is the ma a zarf? There's no time, place? No, it's just mubtada. ماذا تفقدون? فقد يفقد. What are you missing? So ماذا تفقدون? What's the Arab ماذا تفقدون? مفعول به منسوب. Why? Because after the istifham, we have a verb, and the verb is not mushtaghil anhu bi dhamirihi. If it was ماذا تفقدونه, for argument's sake, في غير القرآن, what would it become then? Mubtada. Correct. Mata Nasrullah. What is the Arab of Mata? Is it Jumla Fa'liya? Okay, is it Majroor first of all? It's not Majroor. No jar before it, no mudaf before it. Is there fa'il after it? Yes, because there's no fa'il after it, no harf and jar before it. So we have to check, is that a dharf or ghayr dharf? It's a dharf. So then we say here is khabar muqaddam mubtada'un mu'akhkhar. Understood? Kam labithtum. What kam labithtum be? It's going to be mansoob. And mansoob, maf'ul. What kind of maf'ul? What would the answer of the question be? Put the answer. You get your Arab. Kam labithum, make any answer. For example, it's like kam labithum muddatan tawilatan. So it becomes what? Maf'ul fi. Kayfa ji, what's the question? Yeah. Kayfa fa'alna bihim. Kayfa fa'alna bihim. Kayfa becomes what? Mansoob becomes the hal. Ayn al-mafar. Where's the escape? خبر مقدم. من أي شيء خلقه. Jake, what's the question? No. No. Because it shows time. So it shows time. Because it doesn't clarify a number, it doesn't clarify a nisbah. So it's not tamyiz, it's a adad. It's a mudda. But it also depends on what the tamyiz of kam is. Kam yawman, kam muddatan, kam marratan. But here we know it's kam yawman, kam muddatan. So it's not going to be tamyiz, it's mansoob, maf'ul fi. Min ayyi shay'in khalaqa. What's the i'rab of ay? It's been majroor, preceded by harfun jar. So in the book, where he discusses further, he only mentions the i'rab of kam. But this is not only rules applying to kam, it applies to all istifham, all asma' istifham. Harful istifham, hal, and hal have no i'rab. So no issue there. The question is, how do you do i'rab of asma' istifham? So asma' istifham, very simply, you answer the question, make an answer for that question, and whatever the answer that replaces the question word is, becomes, that's the i'rab of the question word. Unless there's ishtighal of the fa'il, then you have to look at it a bit twice. So in summary, the istifham itself, if there's a harfun jar or a majroor before it, then obvious, if there's a harfun jar or a mudaf before it, it will become majroor, either majroor as the harfun jar or majroor by mudaf ilay. If there's a fa'il after it, then it becomes the ma'mul of the fa'il. It will either become the maf'ul bihi or the hal or whatever, unless the zamir is mushtaghil anhu, unless the fa'il is mushtaghil anhu. If the fa'il is mushtaghil anhu, it becomes mubtada. If there's no fa'il after it, the istifham becomes the mubtada, unless the istifham itself is time or place. Then in that case, the istifham will become the dharf, i.e. it becomes the khabar muqaddam. Yes, so summary, jar or mudaf before it is going to become what? Majroor. Fa'il after it becomes the ma'mul of the fa'il. Yes, mansoob, of mansoob, correct? Unless the fa'il is mushtaghil anhu. If there's not a jumla fa'ili after it, or not a jar or majroor before it, then it becomes mubtada, usually, unless the istifham itself is a time or place where it becomes khabar muqaddam.